Rich TV Live. Let's go. If I told you about the markets and that's profits, then it's true. If I told you about the largest of the margins, then it's true. If I told you about the 52-week lows and highs, it's true. You ain't watching, you ain't winning, get your popcorn, cause it's true. If I told you about the markets and that's profits, then it's true. If I told you about the largest of the margins, then it's true. If I told you about the 52-week lows and highs, it's true. You ain't watching, you ain't winning, get your popcorn, cause it's true. Yeah, winning and spitting the crew. Putting this all in the proof. I'm in the proof in the pudding. You can keep ballin', you shouldn't. Rich told you about a word. Now we trying to get a score. Now it's time to watch the lay up. Don't sleep, we just step. Predicting this shit on kids. You kid, we dropping the hits. If you ain't watching, I guess you be losing. You winning this shit. I'm playing for the game. Trying to get up on my chain. Hate to step out of my way. 50 better get out my lane. I'm a stay, get here to stay. And Cannabis a giant. Area is massive. And GDP's a lion. Find all these top stocks in the future. Your ass retired. If you on top of your shit, then they'll give you a spray. Go and subscribe, go and get live. Rich TV, don't stay on the side. Time below, don't wanna show. Picture hot like out of his stove. No, we don't play, don't know what to say. Rich on his grind, making hits all day. Bring what you sow, go and get dope. Pop what is done, we doing the show. I told you about the markets and this profits, and it's true. If I told you about the largest of the margins, then it's true. If I told you about the 52-week lows and highs, it's true. You ain't watching, you ain't winning, get your popcorn, cause it's true. Yeah, I told you about the markets and its profits, then it's true. If I told you about the largest of the margins, then it's true. If I told you about the 52-week lows and highs, it's true. You ain't watching, you ain't winning, get your popcorn, cause it's true. Yeah, you can join the WhatsApp, long as your ass ain't suspect. Always wondering what's next. We all here to gain success. $100 a member, 1 million members. Do the math, I'll do the rap. That's way too much money to mention. We in the green capital, we on a mean avenue. Know what I mean? All that I seen, I got a clean attitude. How can I be mad at you? I mean, how can we be mad at you? Rich TV is free and you still ain't got a weed and gratitude. ACB got ABCC, all ducks in a row. Please don't play with me. You say to me that Rich, he just don't know. He can't predict the way the market is. White line from his esophagus. How he got all this confidence. All the shit he's saying is nonsense. Nah, that ain't true. Take a look, now take a roll. All sticks all right through the roof. Like through the roof, like through the roof. Nah, you ain't making a cent. Nah, you ain't making a cent. Y'all, if you always a troll, y'all, then you'll live in a tent. If I told you about the markets and its profits, then it's true. If I told you about the largest of the margins, then it's true. If I told you about the 52-week lows and highs, it's true. You ain't watching, you ain't winning, get your popcorn, cause it's true. Yeah, I told you about the markets and its profits, then it's true. If I told you about the largest of the margins, then it's true. If I told you about the 52-week lows and highs, it's true. You ain't watching, you ain't winning, get your popcorn, cause it's true. Yeah. We discovered the undercover, underexposed, underappreciated, undervalued companies first. It's true. As your boy Rich, you're not winning. You're probably not watching. We'll bring you the winners. I'll bring you first.
Good morning, this is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live, and we are looking at the markets. So overall, right now, it's going to be a slow day, guys. It's only going to be a 4-hour day in America. So I don't anticipate like huge fireworks or anything crazy like that today. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few stocks take off just because kind of like a sneak attack on a Friday. I think that's pretty consistent with the way things work. It's a holiday. People are anticipating things are going to be slower. So you will see a few companies have a few sneak attacks. So we'll definitely be watching the market. We're always watching the market. Right now, the Dow Jones is actually red. It's down 93 points. This is typically good for the cannabis sector. Usually when the broader markets are red, cannabis stocks go green. So the Dow Jones is down 93 basis points. The S&P 500 is down 5 basis points. The NASDAQ is down 28 basis points. The global Dow is down 16 basis points. Gold at 61.80 is up 1 basis point, and oil is down 1 basis point at 56.74. So right now, everybody's talking about Black Friday sales. Everybody's talking about Christmas. Everybody's talking about the holidays. We are less than 1 month away from Christmas. Thank you guys for joining. How you doing? Well-rounded reviewer. How you doing, Ross? I'm chilling, man. It's early here. It's still dark outside in Vancouver, but You know, I got a busy day today, so I thought I'd go live for the people. Well-rounded reviewer says, do you think they will recover or be taken out by Gotham? Well, MedMan's got a lot of stores in America, and from what I heard, they're really nice and they have a lot of potential. So I think they'll find a way to make it work, but you never know. What's up, Drew? Good morning, man. Ross Fleming says, I'm really surprised by MedMen. Wouldn't think I would see these levels at all. You know what? I said the same thing about Cannabis. I said the same thing with Alethea. I've said the same thing about a lot of companies. And the reality is once you get under $1, it's no man's land, and then it becomes really difficult. So these companies need to understand that if they really want to keep their prices up, they can't allow their stock to get under $1. Because once it gets under $1, it can get real ugly real fast. Mikey says, shouldn't Trulieve be under 10 since they're making under $1 billion in revenue? Well, I think what's happening with Trulieve is they've become the safe haven for the cannabis sector. So anybody who wants to actually invest in revenue, invest in EBITDA, invest in adjusted operating income, Trulieve is number one by far. So it just happens to be the safest play. And you can see that Trulieve is up 60% in the last 4 months. So while a lot of stocks have been going down, Trulieve has actually been climbing slowly and steady, 60% in the last 4 months. And I've been telling you guys they've been number one on my list. I believe 4 out of the last 5 months, they've been number one on my list in my top 10 videos because of their profitability. Profitability, cash flow gives you more resources. It gives you the ability to do business without dilution, without having to sell stock, and without putting out shares to raise capital. So I think that's the way to go, and I'm not surprised that Trulieve is doing well. Drew D says, I'm not touching it yet. Drew D says, MedMen is nice. They'll be fine. I'm just not getting in yet. Yeah, and I mean, I have some people have been messaging me telling me they're down on MedMen, what to do. And I've been saying, well, I would watch it and I would lower my cost. I mean, it's the same way I trade everything. So if I'm in a stock and it goes down, the only way to make your money back is to lower your cost. And then when the stock goes up, sell. Drew D says, Rich, have you looked into MindMed? RTO coming up? No. There's so many things happening. There's so many deals. There's so many new companies. There's RTOs. There's partnerships, amalgamations, so many different things that are coming. It's hard to keep track with everything, but that's why we have the community, right? You guys keep me updated, talk to me about MindMed, and then a lot of times I'll take a look, and that's how I learn. So I'll definitely be trying to keep my game up always and try to watch everything, but it can become difficult at times when you have so many deals and so much news. Like there's 444 cannabis companies right now. Like it's a lot. 444 cannabis companies. And we're kind of breaking even today. Looks like the Canadian index is up a little bit. The US index is down. Here we go. Oh, so I see MedMen is up 8% actually. MedMen is up 8%. VREO is up 7.5%. Flower is up 4%. YCBD is up 2.9%. Rivers is up 2.8%. Harbor is up 2%. CanTrust is up 2%. Cresco Labs is up 1.8%. Afria is up 1.4%. And GW Pharma is up 1%. funny. You know, when you look at the news, they're now putting class action lawsuits on Canopy Growth, Aurora Cannabis, Hexo. Huh. Really? It's just sad, man. It's just so sad. They just can't leave the sector alone. They have to try to constantly put pressure on it. So CXXI is down 5%. CanTrust is down right now 4%. Zenabis is actually down 4%. Delta 9 is down 3.6%. Canna Royalty is down 3.4%. Oxy's down 3%. T-God's down 2.7%. Meta is down 2.5%. Organigram is down 2.4%. And Tilray is down 2%. This is what we call our Black Friday blowout sale so far. Aurora is actually down 2.5% at 339. Hexo down 1.4%. Kronos down slightly. Mikey says, why do you say it's risky if it goes under $1? Well, when a stock goes under $1, I call it no man's land. Then it becomes truly a penny stock. And at that point in time, it's the market makers that control the stock. So I would be very careful. If you look at any stock, once it goes under $1, they really struggle to come back up. And a lot of times they go down to 20 cents. So this has been the trend. I've seen it with stock after stock after stock. And I've been around the game for a long time. And once a stock gets under $1, just look at the trend. It's very risky. I mean, how many stocks have we seen go under $1, and then before you know it, they're at 50 cents, 40 cents, 30 cents, 20 cents. I mean, it's no man's land. Just look at the charts. Well-rounded reviewer says, any word on World? You talked about them a lot in June, July, but now silence. I talked about them a lot? World? I don't remember talking about World for a long time. Don't remember talking about them in June, July at all, actually. I haven't talked about World in a long time because they've been just junk. So yeah, no, they haven't been one that I've been looking at. If you actually watch my videos, you'll see that I've been focused on companies that are profitable. World is very far from profitable. Drew D says, big money in there, and they're focusing on fixing opioid crisis. Bruce and Kevin O'Leary both in, might want to get in early. Oh, yes. Yes. Is that the mushrooms company? It's the mushrooms company, isn't it? Drew D says, 2020 should treat us good. I think 2020 is going to be a very big year for cannabis stocks. Obviously, 2019 has been a nightmare for cannabis stocks. We've been going down for 8 months straight. And I don't think anybody anticipated we see Aurora at these prices, Afri at these prices, Canopy at these prices, Zenabis at these prices, Fire at these prices. I mean, it's crazy across the board. In my opinion, 2020 is going to be a lot better. I think that we're going to see the prices go up at least across the board 100 to 200%. I don't know if they'll stay there. This is why I always say to you guys, when you see the profits, take the profits and run. Because the reality is, I doubt that the prices will stay there, but I believe that they will go there. Drew D says, I'm in MDCL, Medicine Man, with 1K shares of it. If I'll take another 1K. If it drops, I'll take another 1K. I really like them a lot. And when they blow, just remember, your boy been talking about them for a while now. Yeah, I know. Medicine Man's been doing well, brother. Thank you very much for bringing them to my attention. I will do a video on them. I know I got so many companies that I'm always wanting to talk about, but they're one of the ones that I need to give some more love to. So thank you for constantly putting them in front of me. And that's how I pay attention to these stocks. There's so many stocks, right? So when you guys are constantly putting them in front of me, it gives me more of an emphasis to talk about them. Brent is saying SBES is on fire. Let's take a look at SBES. I know it's a penny stock, so be careful with it, but let's just take a look at it because there's members of our community that are winning on it. SBES. South Beach Spirit Inc. That's an 80% buy on bar chart with the strongest outlook on maintaining the current direction. Wow, yeah. Jeez. So this thing has come from 001 all the way to 006. Penny stock, definitely not for the faint of heart, but doing really well. And there's a lot of our members of our community that have been talking about it on Telegram. ASLN got in at 164. Grizzly Athletic says, Rich, what do you think will happen with Suniva in 2020? Oh, man, Suniva. Oh, Suniva. When I read the Suniva news, it just hurts, man, because they've honestly been one of the biggest disappointments for me in 2019 because it just seems like they are having troubles with everything. They're having troubles closing on their sale of their Canadian assets, which was supposed to be around $20 million. Then it went down to $16 million plus $4 million in cash. Sorry, $16 million in cash, $4 million in stock. Now they've had to delay that payment as well, which has nothing to do with them. It's an outside party. So that's killing them. And not having that money is holding them back on building out their glass facility in California. And because they haven't had enough money to build out the glass facility in California, now the leaser of the land and the property is giving them a 30-day notice. So it's just turned into a nightmare. Like, it's really turned into a nightmare. Drew D says 9 million company right now going to 170 million plus after closing M&A Q1 2020 MDCL. Wow, Drew. That's crazy. Grizzly Athletic says it really does. I bought in at 140 a share. Yeah, it's the best advice I can give you guys is stay away from any companies that are going to have bad news. When a company has bad news, when a company's struggling with their financials, the market makers are going to punish them. So as soon as you see a stock that has bad news, I would try to find a way to get out. Because right now we're in a sector that is so punishing. If you have bad news, it's punishing sometimes when you have good news. Imagine how you'll get punished with bad news. I mean, we've seen it. It's been pretty brutal over the last 8 months. We've seen a lot of companies really get punished. Drew D says, Ross Fleming, MindMed, they're private right now, but doing an RTO. Funding closes December 12th. Wow. Yeah, we got to keep our eye on it, definitely. But, the markets have been so volatile. A lot of companies do their IPO and they go down right away. So I would be careful. I won't be chasing it, but I'll definitely be watching it. I'll date it before I buy it. That's for sure. Five Finger Limited says, made 12% Core One Labs. Good job, Five Finger Limited. Congratulations on your winnings. Thank you guys for being here this morning. Hope you guys had a fantastic Thanksgiving in America. Hope you guys are ready for a fabulous Friday. Hope you guys are ready for a great weekend. I know there's a lot of Black Friday sales everywhere right now, so get out there and do your Christmas shopping. Drew D says, yo, Rich, Amanda is the shit, bro. She put me onto some good companies, low-key one too. Yeah, Amanda's really, really good at what she does. Pill, Cantab Therapeutics is one that she really believes in, and she just made like 15 grand on Pill. Do you not day trade? Right now, I'm just long-term investing in the cannabis sector. I'm not day trading anything. Holding a lot of cannabis companies, holding about 20 right now. And I've just been buying more. So I'm just going to keep accumulating the green gold at these lower levels. And when the resurrection comes, then I'll be selling. Right now, I'm just in a buying period. I'm not interested in day trading these prices. These prices that I'll be buying and holding. And then when I see, good returns, I'll be taking them. 5 Finger Limited says, added more CGC, 50 more shares. Hey, man, never wrong to be buying Canopy Growth. Good work. Drew D says, me too, bro. I'm in the nursing world. I know how big that hard pill patent will be. That's big money right there. I agree. So that's one that she's really constantly buying, like around 40 cents. And then when it jumps to 60, she'll sell. And she's been doing it over and over and over again. It's like the gift that keeps on giving for her, and it just keeps winning for her. So Cantab Therapeutics, symbol pill, keep it on your watch list, keep it on your radar. It's one that Amanda loves and believes in, and it's made her money over and over and over again. And like I said, she just made 15 grand on it, like last week or in the last couple of weeks. So overall right now, the markets on the broader markets are red. The Dow Jones is down 60 basis points. S&P 500 is down 6 basis points. NASDAQ is down 13 basis points. Global Dow is down 12 basis points. Gold is up 3 basis points. And oil is down 1 basis point. So yeah, Black Friday today, and Monday is Cyber Monday. So there's going to be a lot of people shopping right now. This is going to be like a shopping extravaganza. So if you want to get your Christmas shopping going, I mean, this would be the time. There's going to be a lot of sales out there. Wow, MedMan is flying. Now up 12%. Maybe they hit the bottom finally. Flowers up 4%, CanTrust up 3.9%, Tilt up 3.9%. True Leaf now at $17.28. Told you guys they're number one. Up 3%. YCBD up 2.9%. GRWG. Told you guys, oh man, Grow Generation Corp is going to be on the NASDAQ on Monday. They just keep climbing at 481, up 2.5%. Harborside up 2%. Cresco Labs up 1.9%, and Planet 13 up 1.9%. Zenabis giving back their gains from yesterday, down 6%. Oxley down 4%. Aurora down 4%. CXXI down 4%. Delta 9 down 3.6%. Canna Royalty down 3.4%. CanTrust down 3.4%. National Access Cannabis down 2.5%. CV Sciences down 2.4%. Ianthus down 2.2%. People are investing in revenue. It's all about the revenue right now. Everybody wants the revenue. That's right, pill. 5 Finger Limited pill. Mikey says, if you buy acreage now, you do still get converted to Canopy once the deal closes. Yes, that's true. But in order for the deal to close, cannabis has to legalize in America. So, I mean, that's out of our control. So be careful with that if you're planning on getting Canopy shares. What do I think about Slang? Well, Bruce Linton is invested in Slang. I think that is a very good indicator of where they're going to go, because I don't think Bruce would be investing in a company that he doesn't believe in. So I think that that's a good sign. But another company under $1, when you're under $1, it's always difficult. I'd be careful, but I do think that they have potential for sure. But like I said, I've been talking to everyone about True Leaf since it was at $10. I remember in the summertime telling everybody that True Leaf was the buy. They were at $10. They are now up officially 70% since my videos about in August. I started calling them my number one pick in August. They were my number one pick in August, my number one pick in September, my number one pick in October. They were my number 6 pick in November, and once again, my number one pick in December. So they've been my number one pick in 4 of the last 5 months have been my number one pick. And that's because they're generating more profit, more revenue, more EBITDA than anybody else in the sector. 23.4 million in adjusted operating income. Nobody else is even close. I think the second most is Village Farms at 6 million. Then Labs and Valence Growworks at 5.5 and 5.4 million. I don't see anybody else even close. Grizzly Athletics says, since I bought in at $1.40 a share for Suniva and they down to 35 cents, what would you recommend? Just sell it for the loss and hold my loss? No, I never recommend anybody to sell for a loss. Unless you think they're going to go bankrupt. I don't believe they're going to go bankrupt. I believe they're going to find a way out of it. But in my opinion, this is a great opportunity to lower your cost. That's what I would do. That's how I trade. But you never know. They could go bankrupt. And if they did, then we'd all lose. So I don't think they will. I do believe that this will be a buying opportunity for them, and long term they'll be okay. But right now in the short term, it's very devastating, and it's a very sad situation for Suniva. Gregory Mabry says, greetings from the Netherlands. How you doing, Gregory? Good to see you here, my friend. Ray Wong says, morning, Rich. Anyone comment on the new ACB store? Yeah, I have a couple members that live in Alberta and live in Edmonton, and I've been asking them to go to the store and make a video. And hopefully they do, and then we can talk about it a little bit more. Five Finger Limited says, Halo up 15% in the US. Yeah, I told you guys I like Halo. I've been interviewing Kiran Sidhu, the CEO of Halo Labs, quite a bit on the show. I've been really impressed with what they've been doing. An extraction play that has a chance to become potentially one of the biggest MSOs. I'm excited about them. And the great thing is we have Kiran on our show. He's an industry insider. He talks to everybody in the sector. He knows a lot of the biggest players. And he's got some big players working with him too. So very excited about Halo. Ross Fleming says, Green Growth Brands up almost 7%. I plan on taking some profits today. Take those profits, brother. Never hesitate. Brent Jagger says, SBES, 32 million shares in the first hour. Wow. What's the price on it right now, Brent? Is it 006? Andre says, do you still think that there will be a comeback in the sector of epic proportion? Yes. It'll be driven by edibles, which will be on the shelves in 2 weeks, especially in Canada. It'll be driven by cannabis-infused beverages, which are not on the shelves yet, and they will be on the shelves in 2 weeks. That's a new sector. It'll be driven by the fact that we are going to have new stores in Ontario. Right now, there's 24 stores. We're going up to 1,000. It'll be driven by the fact that we're going to have more stores in the rest of Canada. Wow. It's a 006, Brent. You're a beast, Brent. You're a beast. It'll be driven by the fact that we're going to have more stores across the rest of the country. It'll be driven by the fact that the MORE Act has passed the House, and hopefully they can get it through the Senate. It'll be driven by the fact that the Safe Banking Act has passed the vote at the House. Hopefully they can get that through the Senate. There's the CSA Act, the Controlled Substances Act, hopefully can pass the House. Hopefully they can get that through the Senate. There's a lot of catalysts coming. And there's also going to be more stores in America. There's going to be more stores in America. There's going to be more stores in Canada. There's going to be more stores internationally. There's going to be more science. There's going to be more research. There will be more FDA approvals. There will be more licenses issued by Health Canada. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, even though they went down this year over the last 8 months, I still think that this year has been a huge success. Huge success. And that's because, in my opinion, these companies have just continued to grow. I look at the revenue growth, and the revenue growth has been spectacular. So from that perspective, I'm very impressed. Now, have they become massively profitable? No, not yet. But a year ago, there was nobody that had adjusted operating income that was anything worth talking about. And here we are a year later, and there's at least 10 companies in North America with a positive adjusted operating income, which is generating cash flow. There was none last year. Now there's 10. Next year, we might see 50 or 100 of them by this time next year. To me, that's a lot of real progress. You know, I've said this quite a bit. You know, most companies, they don't succeed. I think that the statistic is 98% of all businesses fail in their first 3 years. This is a very new sector. This is a very immature sector because it's brand new. And it's an illegal sector that's now becoming legal. It's illegal in a lot of places all over the world, and it's legal in very few places in the world. In my opinion, this is a sector that will only get bigger and it will only get better, and we will grow with the sector. And that's what I plan to do. So yeah, 2019 for the stocks has been disappointing. But for the businesses overall, these businesses are just moving forward. Quarter over quarter growth, positive adjusted operating income, revenue growth growing exponentially, year over year growth is exponential. Now they're focusing on cleaning up their balance sheets. I think the sky's the limit, I really do. And I look at companies like Scott's Miracle-Gro that are over $100 as an example of where this sector is going to be when these companies start generating billions. And in 2020, I believe you will start to see some of these companies generate billions. I believe Cura is on pace to generate $1 billion in 2020. Andre says there was a report on the news last night that the legal sector will be equal to the black market in only 10 years. I think it will be before. The government is on the spot. They need to win this. Yeah, and I'd be very concerned if I was part of the black market. You know, I've been telling everyone that's in the black market, you need to come over to the legal side. And they keep laughing, and I'm like, I'm telling you guys, man. You know, the bigger this thing gets, the more likely that that we're going to have problems. Any companies you think will go bankrupt? Well, I'm sure some will, but there's not going to be as many as people think. I mean, people keep saying that there's going to be 5 companies left. There's 444 companies. There's 22 new ones just in Canada opening up. That's 466 companies. How many are going to open up in America this year? Maybe another 30? That's going to take us up to 500 companies. And they're predicting there's going to be 5. I don't agree with that. I don't think it's possible. Good morning, Ramdat. How you doing? Jim Framo says, Big Pharma doesn't want to lose market share to pot. I believe they are the downward pressure on the entire sector. Just my opinion. Carol says, smash the like button for Rich. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate you. No, Carol, I'm going to make you a moderator. You're very positive. I like your attitude. So I'm going to add you as a moderator. Remember, moderator's job is to protect the community and allow us to have intelligent, engaging conversations. If trolls or haters come in and say anything with racism, prejudice, stupidity, hate, anger, just eliminate them. Completely just eliminate them. We have no time for that here. Five Finger Limited says, BMMJ selling off, watching for under 50 cents. Ramdad says, half of the companies will get bought out and the other half will go bankrupt. Oh, man. So you think that 200 companies are going to go bankrupt and 200 companies are going to get bought out and 5 are going to be left? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think that this sector is too big. There's way too many opportunities. There's way too many sectors. We're talking about CBDs. We're talking about flower. We're talking about cannabis-infused beverages. We're talking about edibles. We're talking about hemp. I mean, research and development, illness. I mean, the amount of different remedies and the amount of different things that we're working on, there's no way that 5 companies can do this. Sorry, Brent, what's that? And advertise other sites on your SC? I don't know what you mean by that, buddy. Ramdad says, yes, especially in Canada because we love to have monopolies. Yeah, I don't see that. I know everyone keeps saying that, but I'm going to be the alternate. I'm going to be the opposite. I don't think that it's possible for 5 companies to do this. Andre says, I think the black market will eventually make bad products, i.e. bad vapes, etc., to be more competitive because nobody to regulate them, and the legal market will be more favored and will thrive. Yeah, it's an interesting situation because at the end of the day, the black market right now is a good thing because what they're doing is they're forcing the LPs and the MSOs to reduce their pricing. So I think it's actually a good thing, believe it or not. You know, they're forcing the LPs and the MSOs to reduce their pricing. If the black market didn't exist, the LPs and the MSOs could just charge us whatever they wanted. So I actually think it's a good thing that the black market exists. Ramdad says, and I think you're right, it will be a lot more than 5 companies. But that's what everybody's saying. Everyone's saying there's going to be 5 companies. And I'm like, I don't think you guys understand cannabis. You need to have cannabis on every corner of the planet. 5 companies are going to corner the entire planet? No, I don't think so. Ramdad says, I also believe that a lot of different sectors will come into buyouts, MJ. Yeah, well, I think that what's going to happen is tobacco companies are going to try to get in to stay relevant. I think that pharmaceutical companies are going to try to get in to stay relevant. Beverage companies are going to try to get in to stay relevant. Edible companies are going to try to get in to stay relevant. That's why I believe that the opportunities are just tremendous. The Hall says, subscribe to Rich. Thank you. Five Finger Limited says, made 15% on Grown Rogue, just sold. Hey, congratulations, man. I'm glad that you're winning, man. I actually have an interview with the CEO from Grown Rogue on Monday. Stay tuned to that. Jim says, China is very big on CBD. Well, your boy is big on CBD. I love my CBD. Yeah, CBD's big, man. It's the future. But the problem is I've heard that a lot of the Chinese CBD is really weak. It's not very good. And it's kind of what we call black market knockoff CBD. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not a big fan of their CBD for the most part. Buys Major says, we tuning into Rich. Let's get those likes up. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. And it's a Friday, so I hope you guys are ready to have a great Friday. We call it a fabulous Friday, a high day. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And next week, we come back and it's December. Just like that. Monday's December. And guys, GRWG is going to the NASDAQ on Monday. Told you guys about Grow Generation Corp first. I've been talking about them since they were at $1. Since last year when they were at $1, I brought you Grow Generation Corp because they are in the business of supplies for the cannabis sector. They are supplying the cannabis sector, lighting, soil, everything you need to grow cannabis, they're supplying it. Ramdad says, I'm up 70% on TrueLeaf. Were you watching my video when I told you guys to buy in August? That was the time. Yeah, I think USA is a great way to go. I'm a little bit concerned with the FDA putting out a press release saying that they want to see FDA approval for CBDs. I was like, what? So I'm a little concerned about that. So it'll be interesting to see what that exactly means. Andre says, do you know who get the tax revenue? The federal or provincial provinces? Give the provinces all the tax revenues and watch what happens. You know, that's a good question. I'm not 100% sure exactly how they're divvying up all the revenue. I believe some goes to the provinces and some goes to the federal government. Thank you guys for being here. 48 people here, 30 likes. Thank you guys for smashing the like button 30 times. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. You guys are the greatest community on YouTube, trading stocks, talking stocks, vlogging, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You guys give me a place to come and just talk. And I appreciate you guys. It means a lot. And yeah, right now the market's crazy. Looks like we're deep red overall. Oh my goodness. Shots fired in central London as police respond to reported stabbing. This is what's breaking news today. What's wrong with this world, man? So messed up. So the Dow Jones is down 54 points. S&P 500 is down 3.7 points. NASDAQ is down 11.5 points. Global Dow is down 12 points. Oil is down 1.8 points. And gold is climbing up 5.7 basis points. Let's see here overall what the markets are looking like. Oh, we're starting to get more green, which is good. Some decent green today. It is not a lot of news today, which is kind of expected considering we just had a holiday in America, Thanksgiving. So MedMen is up 12%. They're the big winner today. Tilt is up 5.8%. CanTrust up 3.9%. TrueLeave at 1723 up 2.8%. The gift that keeps on giving. IIPR at $78 up 2%. Cresco Labs up 2%. GW Pharma back over 100 up 2%. Harborside up 2%. Rivers up 1.4%. VREO up 1.3%. Percentage decliners. Aurora down 5%, leading the way. CanTrust in America down 4.5%. Zenabis at 23.5 cents, down 4%. Organogram down 3.8%. Delta 9 down 3.6%. Oxley down 3%. Canada Royalty down 2.9%. CXXI down 2.8%. Hexo down 2.8%. And Acreage down 2.5%. But the volumes are kind of slow today overall, just because we're coming off a holiday and a lot of people are just taking the long weekend. Ramdad says, absolutely, Rich. Well, I'm glad that you know that you're doing well, my friend. Tom Fracia says, how about biofarming? Kron is working with ginkgo bio, I think. Instead of growing the whole plant, you use something like yeast to produce specific compounds. I think there's going to be so much research and development that's going to happen with this plant. I think there's a lot of good things to look forward to. Andre says, we need people like you to keep up the optimism in the sector. Believe. Good job, Rich. Thank you, Andre. I appreciate you, Andre. I appreciate your input today, man. Thank you. Jim says, hey, it's Black Friday. Just tradition. Wait till Monday. Yeah, the markets are black and red on a Friday, on a Black Friday. Surprise, surprise. Five Finger Limited says, Grown Rogue up 22%. Nice. And I try to bring you guys these winners first, man. Makes me happy when they do well. Hey, my pleasure, Five Finger Limited. Whatever I can do to help, man. Yes, I heard Halo Labs is doing well today. Let's see. Yeah, wow. Halo Labs is up 6.9%, guys, in Canada at 38.5 cents. Andre says, one day we will look back at these prices and we'll cry and say, should have bought more. I agree. I agree, man. But these prices will not last forever. So it's either load up now or forever miss your opportunity. Mikey says, Harvest has a price target around $14 and they're around $2.50 right now. Yeah, I think the upside for them is really good. Really, really good. But like everybody else, they need to become profitable. Companies that are not profitable just will not succeed in this environment. Anything else, guys, happening today? Anything else we need to talk about before I say goodbye? I got a really busy day today. I'm going to be around. Going to be doing a lot of different things, so going to have to run here pretty soon. But we've been live for 49 minutes. I'll try to stay on for at least another 10 so we can go an hour. But if there's anything else you want me to look at, anything else you want me to talk about, anything else that's trending, please let me know. I know it's a little bit of a slower day in the markets. It is a Friday, and it's only a half day in America. So the markets will be closing at 10:30 Pacific, 1:30 Eastern today. So Xena today, well, Xena had a huge day yesterday, and it seems like they're having a little bit of a consolidation, a sell-off today. People probably woke up, saw that they were up after the holidays, and started selling and taking their profits, which I think is the right way to do it. I was telling everyone yesterday, take your profits, man. Don't sit there, watch a stock up, and not take your profits. You got to take your profits. The only reason why we trade is to win. So now you're up and you're not going to sell. You got to take those profits. Got to take those profits. Take the profits and run, man. They won't last forever. And even if it does go up, you could always buy it again. It's a much better situation than holding onto a stock and then watching it go down and now you're stuck. Andre says, Jim Cramer says, sell all pot stocks. It was just a firecracker. What do you think, Rich? I like Jim Cramer. I think he has a lot to offer, but I don't agree with him. Let's just put it like that. I don't agree with him when it comes to the cannabis stocks because he was telling everybody they were a buy when they were way higher. Now they're at all-time lows for 2 years. They're the lowest they've been since 2017, and he's telling everybody to sell them all? Come on. Now's the time to buy. Let's be honest. We all know that now's the time to buy. Hey, Andre, I like your questions. I'm going to make you moderator. I like your questions. Thank you for joining me here and being a part of the show. But yeah, I like Jim Cramer. I think he has a lot of insight, been around for a long time. He's clearly very successful, but I don't think he really understands, or maybe he's just being told to say sell them. Because remember, he does have, people that tell him what to talk about. I'm allowed to talk about whatever I want. That's the beauty of not being on primetime television yet, is that I have the ability to say exactly what I want, when I want it. I got nobody censoring me as far as what I say. They might be censoring how many people see these videos, and that's fine. But at least I'm able to say whatever I want. And to me, that's important. And I'm able to have an opinion and an uncensored, unbiased opinion about my belief system. And unfortunately, I think Jim Cramer doesn't have that. I think Jim Cramer has to talk about certain things. And the people that he works with have an agenda, and he needs to fulfill that agenda. Truly believe that that's the case. I don't believe that Jim Cramer really truly believes that pot stocks are not going to be huge. I believe that Jim Cramer was telling everyone to buy when they were twice as high. Now they're at the bottom. He's telling people to sell. I don't know what to say about that. When the market's an all-time high, that's when you sell. And when a market's an all-time low and the best prices in 2 years, that's when you buy. So I think for this instance, I'm going to have to disagree with Jim and say the complete opposite. Right now, we're at the bottom, the lowest we've been since 2017. This is the time to buy. When the market goes back up to all-time highs again and you see 52-week highs and all-time highs for cannabis stocks, that's when you want to be selling. In my opinion, as soon as you see 10% profit or more, you should already have your finger on the trigger and be ready to sell. Let it ride momentum. If it keeps going up, let it keep going up. As soon as you start seeing it to turn around, get out. Andre says the sector has so much potential, so much. Maybe Jim Cramer needs to blow a joint to understand. Yeah, I think that I honestly don't really believe that Jim Cramer believes that. I think you guys need to read between the lines and understand that Jim Cramer is running a show, and the show has an agenda, and he needs to deliver the news and deliver the message, whatever that message is. And the big boys behind him have an agenda. And if they want to short cannabis stocks, they're going to tell him to tell everyone to sell them. Meanwhile, TrueLeaf just keeps going higher. Why? They got revenue. Companies with revenue are going to go up. That's the stock market. Companies that are revenue generating, companies that are profitable are going to go up. That's the stock market. S&P 500 over time, all it does is go up. Why? Because the American economy over time grows. As long as the American economy continues to grow, the S&P 500 will continue to grow. The stock market will keep going up. Warren Buffett believes that, and he's the most successful investor ever. So I have to follow in Warren Buffett's footsteps in believing that the Canadian and American economies will continue to grow. And as long as the Canadian and American economies continue to grow, the stock market will continue to grow, and we'll invest, and our investments will continue to grow. The key is to invest in the best companies that have the most upside potential and have the least downside potential. Companies that are struggling with money have a lot of downside potential. Companies that have a lot of money in the bank, companies that are profitable, companies that are in hot sectors, that are selling products that people want, have incredible upside potential. Five Finger Limited says LightLink Technologies up 17%. I love it, man. I love it when a lot of my picks are flying. Halo Labs is flying, LightLink is flying, Grown Rogue is flying. I love it. You gotta love it, man. Talk about sneak attacks, on a Friday. Nobody's around. That includes the sellers and the shorters. So what does everybody do? Everybody buys. Wow, LightLink. Holy smokes. LightLink is up in America, but it's down big in Canada. I think this is the lowest we've seen LightLink right now. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. LightLink is a buy at 8 cents in Canada. This is the lowest I've ever seen LightLink. And every single time you see them go to 8 cents, they make a move back to 15, 20 cents. I'm saying this is the lowest I've seen LightLink since I've been watching them. They are now at 8 cents in Canada, down 5.8%. I think this is an incredible buying opportunity. And my prediction is they're going into the long weekend. And next week, maybe not next week, maybe next month, but at some point, they're going to pop this because there's no way they're going to let this stay at 8 cents. It's too low. Look at the chart. This is the lowest it's been in a year. I live for these types of situations. LightLink is the lowest it has been in a year, now at 8 cents in Canada. Look at the chart. We have seen them go from 8 cents to 20 cents. Just in August, it was at 8.5 cents, and it went to 20 cents. Just in August. Here we are, about to start December, and we're back to 8 cents. I don't know. Something's up there, man. That's all I got to say. Something's up there. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for joining the show. I wish you guys a fantastic, fabulous Friday. Wish you guys a great weekend. And we're going to go out on style right here. We're going to go out on style. Shout out to Ill Kid. You are a living legend, my friend. This is the More Act from Ill Kid.
And what I'm trying to say to you is that if this is legalized, then everybody is going to have unlimited access to pot. And unlike other people that are responsible, irresponsible child abusers are going to have free access.
I'm not sure if you know, but everybody has the ability to get their hands on pot right now, whether it's legal or not.
It's the More Act. Listen, we take a more back. For centuries now, you've been treating us like a floor mat. Don't hold back. This big kush talk, I blow back. It's more life growth in this bitch. I thought you know that. The More Act. Listen, we take a more back. For centuries now, you've been treating us like a floor mat. Don't hold back. This big kush talk, I blow back. It's more life growth in this bitch. I thought you know that. Drake just signed a deal. He's fucking with some cannabis. More life growth in this bitch. This shit's insanity. I smoke to keep the peace, and plus it eases all my allergies. Principles puffing on some good shit with the faculty. Casually painting y'all a picture like a masterpiece. The More Act just passed the House of Commons. It's about time you idiots do something in common. The safe bank, great thanks. Hope you go to great lengths. It's time to free the people out the jails. Cut the chains. Control substance. I'm blowing something that's so destructive. Why you lock up the people? You know it's over nothing. This shit is legal here in Canada, America. It's time to change. Obama said it. Hurry up and get it done. Fuck your criminal offense. We need a retrial. Getting locked up for weed. I call that green mile. Privatized jail systems. You must be senile. I don't even have to write my thoughts. This shit's a freestyle. It's the More Act. Listen, we take a more back. For centuries now, you've been treating us like a floor mat. Don't hold back. This big kush talk, I blow back. It's more life growth in this bitch. I thought you know that. The More Act. Listen, we take them all back. For centuries now, you've been treating us like a floor mat. Don't hold back. This big kush talk, I blow back. It's more life growth in this bitch. I thought you know that. Now put your hands way up for historical votes. This is a celebration or joke. I'm raising a toast, blazing the dope. All color of the nation, this hope. We had a 52-week low. I see it rising now. Rich TV called that shit. There's no surprises now. 40 stores per month. Going up in Ontario. More weed, more peace, that's really the scenario. Adverse across the nation, it's a perfect combination. We need to free the people, it's reverse incarceration. Time to make decisions and put aside our religions. People have been patient, so just end the prohibition. CGC, ACB, SMG, those are tickets for all of y'all that should pay attention. I'm a fly guy when investing in GTII, sipping my ties, feeling strong, Popeyes, it's full throttle. Kush bottles, and you can miss May if you ain't buying Tilray. Let's go, rat. Listen, we take them all back. For centuries now, you've been treating us like a floor mat. Don't hold back. This big kush talk, I flow back. It's more life growth in this bitch. I thought you know that. The more back. Listen, we take them all back. For centuries now, you've been treating us like a floor mat. Don't hold back. This big kush talk, I flow back. It's more life growth in this bitch. I thought you know that.
Have a nice weekend, everybody. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you, YouTube. Without you guys knowing this is possible, your boy Rich from Rich to Be Live. We've been doing it live, interactive since 2017. January 2017 we started, and we just getting going. If you're not winning, you're not watching. This is your boy Rich. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, and I'm out. Peace. No. You rock. You rock. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. I'm out. Peace.